All right, back.
The quality's still good.
Okay. We have technical difficulties when we first started, but I think we're back and we're good. We're back again after a 3 week hiatus. A lot of things, weddings, sickness, and then prevented us from recording, but we're back again. And why don't we just get into it before any more technical difficulties arise? Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Okay. So first topic I want to go over is that Mickey Mouse card. Did you see that? $500,000. And mind you, this is a modern card. This is not like a like 1931, and which is another card that like a Mickey Mouse card, a Disney card that recently just went to auction, which is like a 1931.
The one with Walt Disney on it as well?
Yeah, with Walt Disney. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like that one just sold for. Actually, it didn't even sell for nearly as much as this one. It sold for like
No, it's like
50,000.
50 grand. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And then this one sold for like 500. And this is like a modern set of Tops, like Tops company that put it out, and it's like their Tops 100 set that they put out for like they do it for like sports and they do it for non-sports and stuff like that. And this was like the Tops 100 Disney.
Why was it so high?
I mean, because it's a super rare card, you know. So you know the crazy thing is like people don't realize that Disney has its own trading card game. It's called Lorcana, and it revolves around Disney characters. Like Mickey Mouse is in it. All the Disney princesses are in it, and there and some of these sets.
Totally not aware.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally
like,
not aware it exists.
Realize that, right? And then like even in that card game, there are some cards that are super rare that like. If you hit it, like it's worth just like raw, it's like worth like thousands of dollars, you know, not as much as this one. This is crazy, and it's not even a mint like a Gem Mint 10. This was a Mint 9 that PSA that got 500,000. Like if it was a Mint 10, it would have sold even more. You know, like it would have sold like close to $1 million. You know, like and this is a card that came out last year, right, or almost 2 years ago, 2023, and so. Like it's kind of crazy that Disney cards, even in this modern age, are still fetching that kind of paper.
I mean, you have. I mean, it's. I mean, the price is a little insane.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like a modern card.
But there's so many Disney adults, like, you know, with money, right?
100%.
That's the one thing.
100%. Because now they're getting older, right? And they're getting jobs. Yeah. 100%.
For jobs, that's like 5 years or 10 years of my income on one card.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
The more well-off ones, like the really successful.
Yeah.
That hit like
where are these jobs that Where are these jobs that pay that much? Please.
Like famous, you know, they're like YouTubers that got super rich in the 90s, you know.
Why? Jake Paul got that card.
Yeah,
that's what
I'm saying. Jake Paul, like that. Those guys are doing this kind of shit with like he spent probably more than this on a Pokemon card. He spent like didn't he spend like $2 million on a fucking Pokemon card? Like
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, like it's I mean it's people do this shit, man, which is wild. But yeah, I mean I'm just surprised that it is, and like Mickey Mouse, like I know how popular his cards are, and I know how rare this is to get,
and that's why I love having these conversations with you, because the reality is I still don't understand why. Like I don't understand why.
Well. So
like I like, don't get me wrong, I like, my brain gets it. I get it. I get it. Card value card. Very. I'm gonna put it on I don't know. I'm gonna put it a hermetically sealed
that's what these people do.
Bulletproof glass that's like that has a EV the UV layer protective so it wouldn't fade. Like, how do you display something like this? Like, where do you even display it? You don't. Where do you keep it?
These people have YouTube videos that are like designed like cribs. Like remember the MTV cribs? Like, and they have like these entire rooms where it's like you said, hermetically sealed, and they have like these special lights, and so like it doesn't damage the cards, and like the whole room is climate controlled and humidity controlled and everything, so nothing ever happens to any of their collectibles, and it's all like in like plexiglass casing and shit. Like, and they're like crazy about it.
Let me be clear. let me be clear. My legal immigrant butt does not understand. I have to say legal immigrant before, people start coming after me. My legal immigrant butt does not understand
I'm
the
legally allowed to
reasoning
be
behind
here.
it.
Yeah. No, I mean, me too, man.
In both countries, in America and in Indonesia, I'm legal here. Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like when I was a kid, like I collected things, but like I didn't display them like crazy. Like it was for my personal thing. Like, oh, I have this, Like I own this thing,
No,
right?
but like, okay, let's say you have that card. Let's say I come over your house and it's on display. However hermetically sealed display,
Yes.
bulletproof glass. I'd be like, what's this? What's this?
It's Mickey Mouse.
Be like, oh, it's Mickey Mouse. Cool. Oh, I paid $500,000 for it. Oh.
But
cool.
would you have that same?
Good for you.
Would you have that same reaction if I had like a Michael Jordan rookie card, like mint condition, sitting there, great, like a Jet Mint 10? That also sells for the same amount of money, like $500,000. Would you be shocked? Like, would you be like, oh, that's ridiculous to have that displayed?
I would be more impressed, but it's still equally as ridiculous. I'd be more impressed because then at least.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I wouldn't pay that kind of money for anything.
All right, I'm just saying, like, I'd be impressed. I'd be because then I would know like what it is. It's Don't get me wrong, Mickey Mouse is a global phenomenon, but like, I mean, it's a car. It's a Mickey Mouse card. Okay, I mean, I gotta stop. I gotta stop with this because we can continue with this forever. As I said, feelings, right? Feelings.
A lot of feelings. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next topic. It is about so there was an article written about how the Victor Wembanyama rookie cards are breaking records for the number of submissions for grading this past year. Like like so many people, I think they said 37,000 times that his rookie card was submitted. It was the one rookie card from the Panini Prizm, not even all his rookie cards. If you collectively add up all his rookie cards that have been submitted for grading, it's even more. So like that's I
think I have that card in NBA 2K24. I'm just saying. Yeah. I think I have it. I can't send it out. I think I have it.
I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I have a bunch of his rookie cards, right? And some of them are graded, but I bought them graded, right? Because for reselling. But I didn't like the ones that I pulled myself, unless it's like so I don't know if you know much about sports cards currently. Do you know how they work right now, like the rarities and all that stuff? No. Okay. So like every set that comes out of like sports cards nowadays, they have like the base set, and then they have things called parallels, and then they have things called numbered cards, and then autos, right? Like autographs. And so like the numbered ones are usually like they'll give you a number out of like a 150 or 299 or whatever. That means that they only made 150 of that particular card, right? And then so like the parallels are rarer, the numbered cards are even more rare, and then the autos are like even more rare, right? So like if it was like a Victor like numbered card or like a auto, I get it. Like submit that for grading. Like that's worth grading, right? Because that like I have a policy like when I buy collections of sports cards, especially if it's not actually no, let's just say in cards in general, like even Pokemon or whatever, if the ungraded value of the card is not over $30, there's no reason for me to submit that in for grading, because that is just a waste of money, right? Because it costs you about $15 to $20 to grade sports cards, sometimes up to $25 to grade the card. So if I'm not flipping that card for $30 minimum, what is the point of me grading it? You know what I'm saying? So if I have an ungraded card that's $30 or more and I submit it, then I can flip it for like $60, $70, $80, potentially maybe more. But that's why like I don't understand why these people are like, not all his cards are worth over $30. A lot of his regular base set cards, his rookie base set cards are worth like $5. Like, they're not worth crazy money. Like some of his parallels and his numbered and auto cards, though, and like his one of one kind of cards, those shits are crazy money, and yeah, you want to get those.
I mean, maybe, but at the same time, maybe people are banking on it being worth something in the future, right? You know, like the future prediction stuff. You know, like let me grade it. Who the hell knows? Maybe he'll be as good as LeBron, which I don't think so, but maybe he'll be.
Let's take, for example, let's take a LeBron. I have a LeBron rookie card, a legitimate LeBron rookie card. One of the first LeBron rookie cards that were printed, right? I have it right now. You know how much it's worth right now, ungraded? $5. $5. Like it's not worth a lot of money. Like his like autos and his like numbered cards. Those rookie cards are worth money. You know.
You gotta have that Donald Duck card. I heard the Mickey Mouse went for $500,000.
Mickey Mouse card, right? Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Like these, like no matter how good of a player you are, like unless it's like an old school out of print card, like a Jordan card, or some of Kobe's rookie cards are worth some money, right? Because number one, he's dead. And number two, they're out of print, right? A lot of his rookie cards are out of print.
Kobe's dead? What?
What? Yeah, and then like Jordan, obviously because they're super rare, right? Jordan rookie cards are crazy, are hard to find, right? So those are worth a lot of money, ungraded. So that makes sense to send them out of grade. But like right now,
by the way, quick side note, the 14s just came out. I want to. They're not it's the white and black ones. I want to get those, but I want the white and red ones, but they're not going to come out anytime soon. So I have to go buy the white and black ones quick because they don't have my sizes here. So I got to get it before they run out of my size.
Yo, they're so hard to get over here. They're impossible, man. Like everybody waits online. Like I just wait till like maybe like 6 months to a year down the road, and then I'll buy them because like it's impossible to find around here.
Well, that's for you, but like for me, if I wait 6 months to a year, my sizes are not sold here anymore. So I have to go like this weekend because they just came out. Like they came out last week. They came out. Yeah. Anyways, well, but yes,
I have an average size foot, right? So like everybody's trying to get my same size, you know. So that's why it's hard.
Oh God, stop telling us how.
That's not the brag, bro. That is not the flex. That's not the flex.
No, but I you know, as I said, the more of these we do, sort of, the more I learn about collectibles, and that's what it baffles my brain that you can, you know, the Mickey Mouse card goes for $500,000, but a LeBron rookie card is worth $5. Like it's just it's like
it's wild. And you know, like it's funny because it's all about the hype, right? And including these Mickey Mouse and these Pokemon cards, it's always the hype. When there's like crazy hype around it, and then it's also rare to boot. Like on top of that, then like the prices get out of control. Like that's why even some of Victor's rookie cards are so outrageously valuable, because not only are they rare because they're like numbered or autos or one of ones, but they're also so much hype around this player, right? Because coming in when he was you know getting drafted, everybody was talking about him, and then he also performed really well when he got in on his rookie year, right? And he's performing well now, right?
Oh yeah, rookie of the year. He got rookie of the year. So
exactly. So like you know he was, you know, there was a lot of hype around him, so his cards got really valuable. But now you know. It's kind of like confusing to me that they're still submitting all his rookie cards, because number one, he's a sophomore now, and he's still playing well, but you never know what's gonna happen down the road, right? Because they're like he could get injured or something could happen, and then his cards are not.
Let's not wish ill will on this young
I'm not
man.
Well, no, not on wood. Not that doesn't ever happen. But I'm just saying, like anything can happen, and
yeah,
you know.
No, you're correct. You're correct. And again, like there's been plenty of former basketball rookies, you know, that are of tall stature that have ended their careers very, very early.
Yeah.
Yeah,
especially if you're a big guy. It's a very physical position, and like you know, you're also playing against really big.
Yeah, I mean, even if you think about, I mean, Yao Ming was playing, but even Yao Ming didn't play into his later years. You know, like it was too. Yeah. If you compare like how many years Shaq played versus how many years Yao Ming played, it's like a fraction. I think what 8-year career, maybe less. Exactly. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wish him all the best, but like Yeah, Shaq was from the 90s into
exactly. It was like 20 years
until he was 700 pounds or however big he got.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah. So next topic is a mint Tom Brady rookie card went for $50,000, and
nothing.
Which
peanuts compared to Mickey Mouse.
Well, you know what I'm impressed with? It's a card it's a 20-year-old card that somebody kept gem mint. They were able to get it graded and get a 10 on it. Like, that's impressive in and of itself. And
like, is the grading recent? Was the grading that's what I want to know. Like, was the grading recent, or was the grading from 20 years ago or 10 years ago?
The article doesn't specify. But I don't think, because also I'm looking at the PSA label. It looks like a modern label. So back in the 2000s, their label looked a lot different than the one that's on this Tom Brady rookie card. So I'm assuming he probably got it graded in the last 10 years.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So he had to have had it for 10 years in impeccable condition. You know, because this came out in 2000.
Still, Mickey Mouse is doing better. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, Tom Brady.
Listen. I'm just saying. Like, what do you mean? Like, he only got a few Super Bowl rings, couple of MVP. Like, it's got nothing to do. Mickey Mouse still higher. Like, what's the point? What's the point?
Famous name. Mickey Mouse is everywhere, bro. You can't beat Mickey in anything. You just gotta resign yourself to it. All right, but yeah, I mean, $50,000.
Very disappointed. I'm very disappointed. Tom Brady's card only $50K. What is this? Bull.
And it was autographed too. It was an auto card. So that, I mean,
man, imagine if Mickey autographed his card, son. What?
Yeah, you know it's funny. Like, autographs, how they're like some are way more valuable than others. Like, I have this. Like a 11x14 picture of Sugar Ray Leonard when he beat somebody in 1987, and it's autographed by Sugar Ray, and I don't think I can sell it for more than like a couple $100. Yeah, and he was a great boxer. Like, he was an amazing boxer. Yeah. But it's interesting how some of these things are just. I don't know, like, why.
Again, the more I learn, the less I know.
Exactly, the less you understand. Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on. Okay, so now we're getting a little closer to Mickey status. Mickey Mantle, his card, not a rookie card, but a very rare card.
They confused him with Mickey Mouse. That's why
exactly. That's why I got the $100,000, right? He doubled Tom Brady's on that one. But
I mean, look, that one I like. That one is probably more rare, right? It's probably, I think it's more a lot
cooler too. I think it should have went for more than $100,000 because it's super rare and it's Mickey Mantle and it was signed by Mickey Mantle. So
there you go.
You know, like I mean, like I don't think it was graded, but still, I think. I'm surprised it only went for $100,000. It would have, and Mickey Mantle is just such a huge baseball player. Like, you know, he's like, even if you don't watch the sport, like, you know who Mickey Mantle is. You know, it's like saying Babe Ruth, essentially. You know, like the two biggest Yankees you could think of. You know, so yeah.
Let's not talk about the Yankees, please. I'm very hurt.
Yeah. I mean. Well, I mean, we've been talking about Ohtani a lot during our episodes. I mean, they took it.
They did. I don't want to talk about it. Just like the election, it's off limits.
I know.
It's off limits. I don't want to discuss it. But it's, again, I think it's pretty cool, especially since, as you said, like the card is not like I think the rarity of the card. I'm sure they printed there were many copies, but because of how that card is obtained, I don't know how many of them have survived because of, again, it's not rare. It's super rare. It's not from a sealed pack. It's not. It's just from a product that you purchased.
Yeah, it was like a promo card that you got for getting the dog food, you know, and this guy, the guy who sold it, got it at a flea market, and the guy at the flea market didn't even know what the fuck it was. Yeah, it's wild.
I gotta go to more flea markets, but they don't have those.
Yeah, here. For real, bro. Yeah. I mean,
there's no flea markets here. It's a regular market here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, I do a lot of flea markets and thrift shit. You get gold sometimes. You get gold. All right.
Next time I visit and hang out with you, we're going to flea markets. That's all.
We're gonna do it.
Gary V status. I'm buying mugs and you're buying cards. Okay.
Dude, I officially hit $30,000 in sales on my eBay store, and it all started with thrift store shopping, man. I just bought like random stuff at thrift stores, and then I sold all the shit around my house, and then I started selling my comic book collection, and it evolved into like collectibles business, you know. So hey, man, don't knock them. All right, next.
I was not knocking it. I'm legitimately interested. Like I would go with you to like garage sales and like flea markets.
Dude, I still like I was going heavy to like estate sales and garage sales for a while, man. I would get up at like 5 a.m. get there. I'd be like the first 2 or 3 people there at an estate sale. I'd hustle in and I'd buy like all the vintage video games and like sports cards and memorabilia. One time I bought out all of these ladies like toys because they had like all these like Teddy Ruxpin, these Cabbage Patch toys, these Beanie Babies. I literally like was like taking them up by the fistful. It was wild. But anyway, all right, we're gonna move on. Next topic: Absolute Superman, the new series that's out in DC Comics. So Absolute is a new like set of comic series that DC's putting out. They're doing like Absolute Superman, Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Flash, right? So
is it sponsored by Absolute Vodka?
No. I wish it was. That would have been awesome.
It should be. I mean, that's a great crossover. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you bought one of the comics and there was an Absolute advertisement on the back, you know. But
I mean, it's a missed opportunity. That I'm marketing, you know.
Yeah, but no. Sadly, this is all stemming from a kind of like story arc that DC was doing through their entire comic line, where like Amanda Waller like came back and like kind of destroyed the Justice League and all that shit. And so this stems out of that. But so DC decided to like do these new storylines, and now they're leaning really heavily into it because they're getting a lot of traction. Like the Batman one was super popular to the point where these comics, their retail like book value are like $3.99, $4.99, maybe $5. Maybe the most you'll see a cover value is like maybe $7.99, $8.99, right? When it came out, within a month, the secondary market was selling Absolute Batman issue #1, the first printing, for over $80. Like that's how much it was selling for. Like that's how the market was valuing that new comic. And Absolute Superman is on track to do the same thing. Like the cover value for this one's $4.99. Right, and I predict that in a month or two, that this thing is going to be selling around $50 to $60 a copy on the first printing. I guarantee it. And I'm getting my hands on a few copies of this. Like it's so hard to find a copy of Absolute Batman now because it's like sold out everywhere. So the only place you can find it is on eBay, and it's selling at like $50, $60, $70. I've seen it as much as $80. And I've read Absolute Batman. I've read Absolute Superman. They're really good, especially because they kind of go they reboot the story and they tell you
right. Yeah, like I read the synopsis a little bit, like it's a complete, like the characters are characters but their plot is completely different.
Yeah. So they're really gritty and they're really interesting. So like especially Absolute Batman was a really, really well written story, and I love it, and I'm excited for the Flash one too because I've always loved the Flash storylines. They've been really, really good recently, and I consistently read them, and so I'm excited to see what they do with Absolute Flash as well, and. Superman, I'm like hit or miss on. Like sometimes that because for a big there's a big part of it was written by a guy Michael Brian Bendis, I think his name was, or something like that. He was a the author for Superman for a long time, and he was not my favorite, so I was like off and on with that. But this one is really good, so I could see why it's like selling like hotcakes right now. It's bananas.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's cool, and hopefully it'll continue in this trajectory, right? And then potentially maybe some of this will make it into a DC movie where DC can compete with Marvel for the first time ever.
I have no faith in DC movies. I mean, DC animated movies are fantastic. They're really good.
That is true.
Yeah.
But they have the market on lock a little bit.
Yeah. Oh my God, their animated movies are fantastic, but their live actions are terrible, man. I mean, I was borderline with Man of Steel, but everything after that was just terrible. Like,
Man of Steel I liked, but everything else sort of was.
So well, let's transition to the next topic, which is very similar to this. Is Warner Brothers is hinting at that they're gonna start expanding more into Batman games, and they're gonna, because their last couple of IPs did not do well, like their Suicide Squad game, as well as their this game called Multiverse Versus. They did really, really bad, and they lost a lot of money on those games. And so I think they're trying to capitalize on the whole. Remember, I don't know if you've ever played the Arkham series, the Batman Arkham series. They're really, really good.
I played it. I beat it. I beat both of those games.
Yes.
Arkham Asylum and Arkham City,
Well, there's three. There's one more. There's Arkham City, and then there's Arkham Origins. But yes, so,
I didn't play the Origins.
Yeah, that's like a prequel one.
I played.
Yeah. But so
I mean, those were really when those came out, those were really fun, and that was very enjoyable. And I put hours upon hours upon hours.
Exactly, such a good game.
Even spent YouTube videos watching how to speed run it, but I was horrible at it, so I was like, nah, forget it.
It was tough. Some of them, especially like some of the challenges, like the gliding challenges, are really difficult. So I don't blame you. But the other thing is, I'm worried though, is because the last Warner Brothers led Batman game was not good. Like it's called Gotham Knights. It was terrible, and I wanted to love it like really badly because I
was that the one with Nightwing?
Or... So you play as
okay.
Well, you play as all of them: Nightwing, Red Hood, Tim Drake, Robin, and then Batwoman or Batgirl, Barbara Gordon. And so
I was going to buy it, but then I saw that.
No, it was terrible. I bought it.
Just backed out.
Oh my God! And I let me tell you, I was even like putting aside the fact that you don't play as Batman. I was like, okay, that's fine. I still like the other heroes just as much. Like I love Nightwing as a character in the comics, and like Tim Drake has always been a great character, and same thing with Red Hood as Jason Todd, who has a great storyline. So I was like, okay, I wanted to love the game, but it was such a bad game. So I'm hoping that they lean more towards the Arkham series and they make it that caliber of a game, and not what this experimental game that they tried to put out, and that just wasn't good at all, And but I am excited to see more Batman. You know what we rarely get is a good Superman game. There
hasn't been one.
That's what I'm saying. Like, find me the last Superman game was when Superman Returns came out, right? And that was terrible movie and a terrible game. Like, they both were horrible. And so I would love to see because the technology is good, so I don't see why they can't make a good Superman game. And they make amazing Spider-Man games. Like the last Spider-Man game was so good. And then they make, Batman games are good. Like, I really don't know why they can't get a good studio to get together and make a good Superman game. It would be, it's overdue, long overdue. But anyway, let's hope that the Batman game.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Like, it's as I can't even speak. I think what it boils down to is, not only should the game designers, first of all, create a good game, but at the same time, they should be passionate about the character itself. Sometimes they're not, they're just making it to complete the game, and then you feel it. Like Nightwing, it was like it's an assignment. Like there were like
I agree.
It was like, okay, let's make a game. We're gonna put 4 characters in there. Everyone loves these characters, and then not
it's just
everyone,
gonna
but
work.
it'll be cool.
Yeah.
It won't be Batman, and people will be excited, and then it's gonna be great. And then even if
that's
the
the thing.
game
It's something
mechanics,
different,
Yeah. It's like I feel it's mostly like when it's someone's passion project, then that's when it comes off as a good game. Sometimes it flops. It still flops. There've been plenty of games.
But but like to your point, like when they are passionate about the characters and the story, right? They're gonna be wanting to play it, so they're gonna polish that game really well, so that when it comes out, that everybody's gonna want to play it, right? Because it's you put in more time and effort into something you're passionate about or you're really into versus something that's just a paycheck, so I mean I hope it's that's the case. All right, moving along, we got the Nintendo Switch 2 coming out, and Nintendo has confirmed that it will be backwards compatible, so you can play all your regular Switch games. So I think this, it's what bothers me about this is that this is like a big deal. Like this should not be a big deal. That all
I know
when new consoles come out, they should all be backwards compatible. It's fucking bullshit.
I know
that they're not, and I constantly have to buy new games all the time. Like
preach.
Yeah. Like especially if they're not like updating graphics, it's not like a remaster or something like that. Like why not just make it backwards compatible so I can just play the game that I love, that I have, and maybe I want to replay it, like.
So when was the last time Nintendo was had back compat? Was it with the Wii or was it with the GameCube or
with the Wii U?
Like
the Wii U you could play Wii games on.
Yeah. So I think that's and Nintendo has always been very stingy. Also, don't get me wrong, others have been too, like the PlayStation as well.
Well, Nintendo was actually kind of forward thinking with the backwards compatibility, because in their handheld games, a lot of their handheld games allowed you to play, like 3DSs could play 3D games, or I mean DS games. I mean, and it played some Nintendo Advance games, like the DS. You could play Nintendo Advance games as well. So like they were like yeah. So I mean, Nintendo.
But there's like I'm kind of, and they're Nintendo sort of moved away from being very children focused. Like some of their games are now like, for adults as well on the console, which is
for a long
which is
time,
like
they're very very child focused. 100%.
Yeah, like I remember it was a big deal when Resident Evil came out for a Nintendo game. Like I don't remember which one it was. Like was it 4 or 5? I don't remember which one it was, but like it,
I think it was 4.
Yeah, and then it was like available on like Wii or something, and I was like, what? That's weird.
And then the other crazy thing is, like, a lot of, because it was very like kid focused, like a lot of their games didn't have voice acting, and it was just like, just like sounds and music, right? And when they started having more mature titles, now they had a lot more voice acting and a lot more like mature storylines and things like that. So I mean, it's just nice to see that Nintendo is still doing like more forward thinking things, and I'm hoping that I don't know if the Switch is gonna be more of the same, or if they're gonna do something creative, because when the original Switch came out, that blew my mind, right? Because it was so amazing. Because they were the first, because everybody thought about it, right? They were the first people to come up with a system that you could take with you wherever you went. It was amazing. It was dope. It was the coolest thing, and even when you took it with you, that little thing had so much power, and it still had the graphics. It let you, it let you, play high quality modern games on the go, which is great. And
you could take it anywhere and hook it up to any TV if you just bring the dock and stuff.
You bring the cable. But even then, like, you don't even need the dock, because they had a special HDMI cable that you could buy that was meant for the Switch, and then that way you don't have to have like this bulky dock. You just have a cord that you could plug into the HDMI, and you're good to go. You can play anywhere. You know,
Yeah.
it's
No,
yeah,
no,
it's
we'll see. We'll see. I don't own it, but again, like Tanti's brothers, right? So like my nephews own it, and then they're
yeah.
always, I mean, now
Well,
they're always playing on their tablets and phones. Like they
I'm
even moved away from the Switch.
I just hope that they have smarter people than me because I can't think of like an innovative way that they could change the game and wow people because where do you go from there? Like, they already did motion
I don't
control.
know, but like
They did
they're competing. They're competing with cell phones, right? Because they're
yeah, yeah.
like if you look at my nephews that are 10 and 7, they're on their tablets and they're on their cell
Oh yeah.
phones like that.
So much.
They're
And like the
and
games
then they're
on
just
the
playing the games. Yeah,
yeah,
they're
no,
playing
but the
the
games on
Roblox
the
and then they're
phones
playing. Yeah,
there's so many high quality games that are coming out for mobile devices nowadays.
yeah,
Some of these games, you are like, like AAA rated games that are like full games. Like you can even get old school
yeah.
games. Like you can play all the Final Fantasies on your phone. You could play all these like old RPGs and some of them modern RPGs you could play. And these are like big games. They take up a lot. They're like 30 gigabytes, 40 gigabytes. They're not like small
Yeah,
games.
but the phones are, some phones what are 500, 1 terabyte now.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it
Yeah, that's
doesn't
what I'm
like they
saying.
have
Like,
the Republic of Gamers phone just
yeah,
specifically for phone gaming. Like
yeah,
the
it's wild.
storage, the ventilation, the additional. I was like, what is this?
It's
This is
crazy, man.
like a mini
Yeah,
little PC in your
yeah,
hand.
exactly. And like, and not
That's
just
what it
like any
is, right?
PC. It's
So
like a fucking rig, It's like, and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
handheld. Yeah, yeah, it's wild. Yeah. But anyway, let's move on. Okay, so there is a new Pokemon set coming out called Surging Sparks, and there's a lot of hype around it. And so, just to give you a little
No, it's not Mickey
context.
Mouse. I'm just saying
It's
it's
not
not.
Mickey. It's not Mickey. But just to give you a little context, right? There, the chase card, which is like, you know what chase card refers to. So, uh,
No, no, I do
so
not. Please educate me.
so chase card means like they're the cards that people open up packs trying to pull, right? And they're usually like the really rare cards that are hard to get, and they have high value. So like
Hmm.
the biggest chase card in this new set is a Pikachu card, and it's worth ungraded. It's worth $388 without grading. So if you pull that card, you could immediately flip it for $388. How crazy is that? And then the next valuable card is a Latias card, which is $178. Oh, sorry, $186. If you pull it, you could immediately flip it for that much money. Like how wild is that? And so
Latias. Okay, I'm looking at it right now. I see it. And one more time, how much?
so market price is $186 just for that one card. And then the Pikachu, if you look, $188 is the market price. Oh, sorry,
Mm,
$388. Sorry,
mm.
$388. That is impressive. Like I'm so like usually when sets come out right away, the biggest chase card is usually around $100. But for it to come out on a brand new set and it's already worth $388, that's a big price. And so the crazy thing is, so I ordered a bunch of these from my distributor to resell, right? And so like a booster box right now, market price is $160, right? To buy a booster box, which is about what I paid for it, maybe a little less. I think I paid 140. But anyway, so it's about 160. The predictions that within the next month it's gonna go to $200 a booster box. So it's gonna raise
Wow.
$40 in price. That's what they're, and then they're saying in 6 months it'll probably it could potentially go to $300 a booster box. So like there's so much hype around this, and before and the set releases when I think it just released. I think it just released last week. Just released last week, and this is how much the values have already climbed. It's crazy. I mean, like you expect them to raise in value when they first release, but this much is quite impressive. Like even they have a One Piece card game, right? So they have a lot of chase cards in those, and they're like 80, 90, $100. But then they have these ultra rare cards called manga rare. Whenever they release a new set, that manga rare card almost always is worth at least $700 to $1,000. I've seen some of them. Some of them are worth, it's right now are worth over $3,000. So if you pull the card immediately, you could flip it for $3,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Again, as I said, the more I learn, the less I understand.
Yo, Post Malone, I think it was. Post Malone pulled the rarest Magic card. It was a Lord of the Rings set for Magic the Gathering, and it was the One Ring. It was the One Ring.
I know the card.
And they only made one of that card, and it sold for $2 million. I think Post Malone. I think it was him. I think it's Post Malone put it, and they sold it for $2 million. He pulled that card.
He doesn't need. I need the $2 million, Post. Posty. You don't need the money, brother. You don't need the money. Okay, let someone else have it.
Yo, man, people pay this money, bro. Like people are paying $2 million for this card. Like, how does that happen?
I mean, look, so that's why Pokemon has been around for a while, but Magic the Gathering has been around for longer.
They're almost the same time, actually. They're both about almost 30 years old. Magic's a little older. Magic's a little older. Not by much.
Magic is I thought it was late 80s. I thought it was late 80s.
No, late 90s, mid to late 90s. I think it was like 95. 95 was the first set, or 94.
I think it's
somewhere around there. 100%. 100%. Yeah, they're very close in age, because first set of Pokemon was 1999. Magic the Gathering might have been like 94 or 95. 93. There you go. 93. So they're very close in age.
Okay. Yeah, you're correct. I thought it was a little bit older.
The trading card industry for itself is not even that old. It's only like 40 years old. The trading card industry itself, like non-sports. I'm talking about non-sports, like the trading game, like playing card games, like these kinds of games. Yeah, like people didn't play these games before late 80s. So it's
they're not. There were different kind of geeks. I got you.
They used to play D&D. That's why D&D was like these nerds. They went from D&D to like Magic the Gathering and then Pokemon. That's kind of how it evolved. Yeah, I mean D&D is still pretty.
We are those nerds. Hey,
yes,
we are those nerds. Okay, so.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm thinking about doing a D&D night at our retail location when we open it. So I gotta encompass all the nerds. But anyway.
On a side note, I watched someone go LARPing for the first time.
Oh my God! Where was this?
It was a YouTube video, and someone went like in Australia. It's a YouTuber that creates like art and stuff, and like he took his son to go LARPing, because he's very expressive, and he's like, I always wanted to try it, and he went and he recorded his first experience LARPing and stuff, and it's like the Middle Earth wizard LARPing, because there's like so many different genres. And it looked like it was a blast. I'm like, I might want to try it.
It's fun. I mean, it's basically just like pretending like. Like what is it?
It's like D&D, but it's like but it's like D&D, but you're that character for like a weekend instead of just a couple of hours.
I'm comparing it to like what normal people would, or not normal, but you know how like they do like Revolutionary War reenactments, like it's essentially the same thing. Like everybody just gets together.
Correct. So that's also technically LARPing. It's just Revolutionary War LARPing. Like there's so many genres. There's like steampunk. They're LARPing.
Yeah, they're definitely LARPing.
They're geeks. They're just LARPers. Okay.
Excuse me. Yeah, they are LARPing. All right.
That's all. But I thought it was pretty cool. I might try it. I don't know if they have it in Indonesia. I think it would be challenging, but I'll
it might be.
try to find
I'm
it.
sure they probably have it because there's nerds everywhere. But the question is, the language barrier. How is that going to help?
Well, I'll just be a foreign character, you know. I'll just be a foreigner and.
Yeah. I'm new to this world. Please educate me.
Please teach me your ways.
Anyway,
I think Tanti would think I lost my mind if I went laughing.
Yes. Oh yeah. 100%. 100%. That's why you can't tell anybody. You just gotta go do it, and then enjoy it,
and then after you do it, then you tell them.
You know exactly. Exactly. Anyway,
no photos. No photos. No photos.
All right. Final topic. Joker review.
Did you watch it?
I did watch it.
Did you finish it?
I did. I did enjoy it. I did not like it.
I didn't say you would. I didn't say you would enjoy it. I said you need to watch it so we can talk about it. I never said you would have fun.
Yeah. I mean, it was weird. I mean, I could see why people like it. I'm not one of them.
Okay, since again, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it, it's not that good. Alert. Don't waste your time. But but if you do want to watch it, like then you know, stop watching now because we're going to talk about it. So I think, look, I understood what the director was trying to do and what they were the whole singing part, right? It's like, again, their psyche. You don't know if that's actually real.
Yes,
or if
really
it's that taking place.
Yes.
If that's taking place in his head, you don't know if the girl is real. Like for a while.
Yeah, I think it's both. I think a lot of it is happening in their head, but I think they're also doing a lot of it. Like I think they're also singing to each other, but they're in a freaking nut house, so everybody's like, okay, these guys are just being fucking weird.
Correct.
You know, like,
correct.
Just let them do their thing. But
did you predict the ending? Did you predict the ending?
I wasn't expecting the explosion and then the whole car, the whole getting into the police car, and then I mean, I guess spoiler alerts, and then getting stabbed.
No, we already said it. Yeah. We already said it. If you're still watching, it's your own fault.
Yeah, I wasn't. I knew he was gonna die. I knew he was gonna die.
Correct. I knew he was gonna die too.
So I think So what I think is, I think they're setting this up as like he is the role model,
inspiration for the Joker,
the real Joker, and the guy who stabbed him is going to become the real Joker. Because he's hot, and he was like laughing and all that. Stuff. Yes.
Correct.
But
I saw the same. But as soon as they showed that character, I said he's gonna kill him. As soon as they, like what is it, Pavlov's gun or something, whatever it's called. Like if you show it, you need to use it, right? Yes. So as soon as they showed the character, I'm like, he's the Joker. He's gonna be the Joker. And I knew there's gonna be an explosion at the courthouse. I knew it was gonna happen. You know what? And I was telling this to Tanti while we were watching it. This is sort of setting up for. If you think about the Batman Beyond arc, like the Joker is gone, but then you have a gang of Jokers, like that exists in that universe, right? Okay, and Batman Beyond, I know they're not going that way, but I'm saying like where the Jokers are a gang, but then when they showed that character, I was like, he's gonna be Joker. He's gonna be the new Joker.
I see your point. I do see that. I kind of, from the very beginning, even from like, I kind of thought from the, even from the first one, right, when they came out with the new Batman movie, I always thought like, okay, this is gonna be a setup, so that when that Batman character meets Joker in his universe, like this is gonna be Joker's inspiration. Like this is how Joker came to build his Joker image.
Yeah.
And then when the stabbing happened, I was like, okay, that's it. This guy is the Joker. He's gonna be what, Robert Pattinson, whatever his name is. He's gonna be Robert Pattinson's Joker. Like that.
Correct.
That was for me confirmed. But what bothered me the most is that how do you kill off this Joker, right? But then you have Harley Quinn, who is a pivotal character in the Joker mythos, right? And she, number one, she needs to be Joker's girlfriend. So how is she going to be this new Joker's girlfriend, right? That's weird me out. And then also, there's never been a Harley Quinn character that didn't originally evolve as a psychiatrist first, right? She was originally a psychiatrist, and then she was Joker was her patient. That's how they followed.
Correct.
I've never read a storyline, and I've read a lot of Batman and Joker alone storylines. I've read a lot of them, and not once did I ever read anything where that wasn't the case, right? So
I agree with you.
So I don't understand. I don't like that aspect of it, right?
Didn't they mention she studied psychology or something?
Yeah, that's all they mentioned. Like, she studied psychology, but she's not supposed to be nuts in the beginning. She turns nuts because he turns her nuts.
Because of the Joker, yes. Because her interaction with the Joker. Exactly,
because that's how
she falls in love with him. Correct. And that's how smart he is.
Exactly. That goes to show how of a smart and intelligent and manipulative of a character Joker is, a person, and then that also, like, his portrayal of Joker, or if this was supposed to be Joker, was, I hate it, because Joker is supposed to be this larger than life who didn't give a shit about anybody, and he literally, like, his only reason for living was to sow chaos and to have a relationship with Batman. It was a twisted relationship, but his reason for living, and he said it so many times in the comics, and is Batman is his reason for living. Like, he does what he does.
It's like the opposite sides of the same coin,
Exactly.
Like, they need each other.
Yes, and Joker has said it so many times. Like, if Batman didn't exist, I wouldn't exist, right? Like, I'm here, like, for as many lives as you save, I'm gonna take those lives. He said that many times in the comics, right? Yeah, like, that's just who, like, that's how he identifies himself. And in this Joker, he just seemed like a little bitch, man. He just seemed like, and then even at the end, he, like, completely turned on his own fucking his own compass, right? Like, he was, throughout the whole movie, he was like gearing up to, like, manipulate everybody into getting into this lawyer position, and then being able to confront all these people in open court. I thought, okay, this is gonna lead to something, like, really dope and, like, Joker-esque.
Again,
like, something wild, right?
Right. Yeah. So that's the whole point. That was the setup, and then in a way they did a switcheroo where that guy is now becoming the Joker. So, as I said, I understand it. I don't necessarily agree with it. Exactly. I understand it.
Yes, I understand where the art was going, and I could even understand if somebody liked the movie. I don't know who would. It was not a great movie.
Maybe someone who enjoyed La La Land and loves Batman and the Joker. Like, you really need to like musicals, and that, like, it's really bizarre.
I don't know who, like, in this, like, the production company or the director or
because it made $1 billion. The first one made $1 billion, so they got
the first one was
they got the go ahead. Correct, but it cost like 20 something, and it made $1 billion. So they got creative rights to make a second one because they thought they're gonna strike gold again, and it flopped. It was horrible.
Yeah, the way they, like, I'm saying, like, when they were, like, going through the whole editing process, I don't know how none of them were like, yo, this is terrible.
It's a hard watch. It's a hard watch.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, if the editor didn't see it, like, yo, dude, I think we should, like, but
and mind you, I tried to pay attention because you asked me to watch it, right? You asked me to watch it, and I wanted to give it, like, a serious review. Like, I wanted to like really pay attention. So I put my phone away and I watched this movie.
Right.
Like, I did.
Like, a lot of times. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I made you waste your life for 2 hours. Okay.
Like, well, a lot of times when I'm watching stuff, I have, like, my phone and I'm distracted and I'm like, whatever. But, like, when I'm, like, genuinely, like, when I know I'm gonna, like, talk about something or somebody asks me to do it, well, I will, like, pay attention. And I wanted to give this movie a chance, but like, just like you said, it was a freaking musical. Like, all it was just like singing at that time.
Yeah.
And, like, yes, okay, that's kind of clever.
That shows their craziness. That shows that they're loonies.
And yes, they're nuts. Yeah. But it was just too much. It was just over the top. And then, like, the story just fell apart. Like, it was so much build up. and then there's just no payoff, and then they introduced this whole guy. But then the other thing is the whole guy who stabbed him, who Joker, who's like, who the fuck was this guy? Like, he just came out of nowhere. Like, they never even had an interaction otherwise. Like give me.
Yeah, I mean, he was always sitting in the back watching.
I didn't notice him in the back all the time, but like he didn't even have like an interaction that would have made him think like, oh, okay, this is my role model, or I want to be like you. And then when he came back and stabbed him, like,
I mean, as a Joker origin story, like now that. What, you're gonna retell another origin story? Because now that guy needs his own fucking origin story.
Exactly. Yeah. So now he needs a whole
I get it. I get it. As I said, I never said you would enjoy it. I just wanted you to watch it so we can talk about it. Right. So I'm sorry. I made you watch a shitty movie. Okay.
We talked about it and now we're done. Now we're done with this dumbass movie. Okay. Telling it.
So did you see? I sent you the video on of a video game that's coming out soon. It's an RPG.
Yes.
Did you watch it?
Yes, I did. It's really.
Okay.
Mention that it looks like an RPG. I would definitely play. And it's I like how it's like in the U.S. but it's like Japanese culture. You know, like it's like Japan took over the U.S. and then had a zombie apocalypse.
Like because we had the communists, United States, right? We had the Nazi United States, right? Like, and then this one is like, what if Japan ended up winning the war, right?
Yeah. And I like the fact that it's not just like an alternate timeline where Japan won World War II. It's also a zombie apocalypse game, you know, like it's also
correct.
It's also like, hey, okay,
I think it's not only I think it's not even World War II. I think it's maybe even earlier. Like if Japan in a way colonized the United States, like I don't know. I mean, we'll have to play to find out, but it's really intriguing. And the graphics look great. The story looks interesting.
It's definitely an RPG I would want to play for sure.
Yeah, what is it? What is it called? Showa American Story, right?
Yeah, Showa
American Story. Yeah. So it's
kind of like that the name also gives you that like Big Trouble in Little Chinatown. Like it gives you that vibe. You know, remember that movie? Like that was a great movie. You know, like that. Like I feel like this could be a good movie like that, like a good game like that. Like because it also just like
watch this movie. I might go watch Big Trouble in Little China after we're done with this. I don't know.
It's a classic. It was a classic. Yeah. Oh man. Anyway, but yeah, I'm hoping that the game gets because you know the other thing about like games like this is you get like trailers once like leaked a lot of times, but then throughout the development process they either get delayed or sometimes it gets scrapped. Yeah, it gets fizzled out. So I'm hoping that this doesn't happen with this game because it looks like it has a lot of potential. It could be a lot of fun.
Like the Wuling. What's the monkey?
Wuhan.
The recent.
Yeah.
That game, like that game.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It just came out. It took forever.
It just came out, but the hype for it. I mean, the game is crazy. Pretty good. The game is good.
It's a good game. No,
but I remember watching the first trailer when it first dropped and all those things. So again, yes, and it ended up living up and maybe surpassing the expectations. I would say. I would say it surpassed the expectations.
I could name so many amazing games that look so good in like their teaser trailers when they first put them out, and then that never even got developed. Like there was a game called it was like Dragon Guard or something like that, and it was like about where you played as this character who had like this dragon who they were like connected to, and you played as both of them, and like you would swap.
Wukong, that's what it was.
Wukong, yeah, that's the game. Yeah, but so like there's a lot of really awesome looking games that potentially could be fun to play, but you never get the light of day, which sucks. But
they fizzle out,
yeah, I'm hoping that this is one of the good ones. I mean, recently, I'm not gonna lie, I played some solid games that have been coming out recently. So there's been a lot of fun games. So I'm looking forward to the next batch of games that are coming out the next like couple months.
I mean, I haven't been playing a lot of games since I just started my new job, so I haven't sort of been focusing on work, and my downtime just been watching a lot of TV.
Yeah, no, I'm honestly the only time I get to play nowadays is like super early in the morning when I wake up because like I'm such an early riser, so I'll wake up at like sometimes at like 5 a.m. and I'll just have like 2 hours, 3 hours to kill. So I'll just like play in the morning and then I'll eat breakfast and then the rest of the day I'm just like working, you know. But I do get to bang out a couple hours of the game in the morning, almost most mornings. So yeah, I do play a lot of video games. But anyway,
That's cool. All right, brother. I don't want to keep
yeah.
you up because I know you got stuff to do.
Yes, I do gotta get up early for work tomorrow. But thank you
But
for
this was
joining.
this was yeah, man. This was so much fun. I kind of missed.
Yeah.
I kind of miss having these conversations. So
I
I'm
know, no,
glad we're kind of back on schedule.
yeah, we're gonna keep it back a week, do a weekly again. I mean, I don't have anything going on. Hopefully, I don't get sick again, and we'll keep the trend going. I want
And
to.
hopefully I don't party. Hopefully I don't party too hard on Saturdays.
Yes,
So
exactly, exactly. I want to try to see if we can keep it consistent and try to do like a whole month where we do like four solid episodes of the month.
yeah, absolutely. And then I'll try to also I'll try to share my input on things that I find of interest,
Yeah, give me
so
some
we can talk
topics.
about it as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, for sure. Anything you're interested in,
Cool.
just shoot. Oh, I lost my camera. There it is.
Cool.
Yeah, just
There we
shoot me
go.
the topics. Whatever you're interested in. All right.
Cool.
All right, brother.
You got it,
All right.
brother.
Peace.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye, guys.